Welcome back to Book Talking, where I help you find your next read. My name is Lauren, and this week I will be highlighting 5 graphic novels for young readers. First up this week is Nightlights by Lorena Alvarez. Sandy is very talented when it comes to drawing. Every chance she gets, even when she's supposed to be sleeping or doing her homework, she is drawing. And there's something very special about her illustrations. When she's going to sleep at night, there's these little lights that appear above her bed, and she catches them and they turn into all kinds of magical creatures. And so in order to remember them, she draws them in her notebook. Now a mysterious girl at Sandy's school has taken an interest in her drawings, but this fascination soon turns into something more sinister. Ooh. This story is absolutely bursting with color. There are beautiful full-page illustrations that are really eye-catching, and every time I look at the page again, there's something new that I find. It's amazing. This is a quick read, perfect for a young artist and those who are fans of whimsical fantasy stories like The Tea Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill. This is Nightlights. Next up, we have Monsters Beware by Rafael Rosado and Jorge Aguirre. And the town that the main character Claudette lives in has been banned from participating in the Warrior Games for many, many years. But with some persuasion, they're once again allowed to partake. Claudette has figured out how to get herself, her brother Gaston, and her friend Marie chosen as the 3 representatives who are going to participate in the Warrior Games. But a plan is hatched by the Sea Queen, ruler of the Sea Kingdom, to free an evil wizard, and Claudette will soon learn how to overcome her biggest obstacle yet, herself. This is actually the 3rd book in the trilogy, so I would definitely start with 1 and then 2 and finish off with Monsters Beware. This would be perfect for fans of graphic novels with cartoony illustrations and spunky main characters like Max and the Midnights by Lincoln Pierce. From the Chronicles of Claudette series, this is Monsters Beware. Our 3rd graphic novel this week is Seance Tea Party by Raymina Yee. So Laura is 12 years old and she isn't ready to grow up just yet. Her friends are moving on, they're finding new friends, new interests, and Laura feels like it's just all moving too fast for her. But then she meets Alexa, a ghost that lives in her house. And Alexa helps her to see that Laura's interests are perfectly fine, they're just as cool as those of her friends, and she doesn't have to hide who she really is. Over time, the friendship that develops between Laura and Alexa helps Laura to see that she can make her own magic in life. This is a bittersweet story about getting older and the passage of time, which we can all relate to. For fans of stories about unusual friendships like Making Friends by Kristen Gudsnuck, this is Seance Tea Party. Next, we have a graphic novel by a Canadian author. This is Harvey, How I Became Invisible by Hervé Bouchard and Janice Nadeau, translated by Helen Mixter. So Harvey is a young boy, and upon returning home one day with his younger brother, they discover a crowd outside of their house. And unfortunately, the crowd is there and an ambulance is there because their father has just passed away. Harvey understands this and the finality of what has just happened much better than his younger brother, but they still go looking around their house to make sure that their dad is really gone, and in the following days they attend his viewing and funeral. This isn't your standard graphic novel. There are no speech bubbles or little boxes with illustrations, so it's kind of like a graphic novel picture book hybrid. Death can sometimes be a difficult thing to discuss, especially with young children, so this could help in furthering their understanding. This is a bit of an odd book with particularly gloomy illustrations and obviously a tough subject matter, so it won't be everyone's cup of tea. But if you're looking for stories that deal with death and grief from a child's perspective, like The Remarkable Journey of Charlie Price, give Harvey a try. Our last graphic novel this week is Hotel Dare by Terry Blass and Claudia Aguirre. Olive, Darwin, and Charlotte are adopted siblings, and they're spending their summer at their grandmother's hotel in Mexico. And it's all kind of boring until one day their grandmother asks them to clean some of the rooms in the hotel. Then they discover 3 doors that transport them all to different worlds. So one world has bearded wizards, another has fluffy clouds and something called a cuddle muffin. Now these siblings are working together to solve the mystery of the doors, a 3-eyed mask that they find in their grandmother's office, and how their grandmother Lupe is connected to all of this. This is an excellent choice for fans of fantasy stories that involve brothers and sisters and traveling to imaginary or alternate worlds, like the Amulet series by Kazu Kibuishi. This is Hotel Dare. Thank you so much for joining me this week. You can check out all of these graphic novels and much more at Aurora Public Library. Happy reading!